Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing my kitchen that I didn't think to clean before this video. Alright, so it's a really big kitchen. Our apartment's not, it's like, solidly sized, but the middle floor space is gigantic. Um, if you go to turn the light switch, what do we got here? Looks like somebody went to the dispenser. Oh, yeah, you worried about just having a panic attack all the time because your wife left you and ruined your life. If that ever happens to you, this might also happen to you. So roommate decided to go with the sex toy slash bong. So and just like constantly have it out all the time. So that's good. This is where we prepare our food, but if there's too many dirty dishes, this is where they go. This is where we put our fruit over by the Christmas. Just kind of right. We just put our onions and our fruit and stuff just right under the Christmas tree, which I didn't realize till now is really funny. I'm always worried about running out of stuff, so our soap was low, and I was like, you know what? I should buy another one, and then I did. And then I went to the grocery store again, and I forgot, and I did. And then Mitch didn't know that those were under there, and he saw this was low, which is very considerate of him, for real. And he got this one. So, we got a lot of dish soap. Some storage for our pots and pans underneath the sink, because we just don't have a lot of storage. We got an old school waffle maker down there, that's pretty cool. And, yeah. We got a dishwasher that my roommate uses, but we have never bought soap for. It's weird. Water boiler thing. The only downside is these are really hard to clean. And you say, well, you don't need to clean them because they just have water in them. But after a while, everything does need to be cleaned. But it does work well. Got an old school toaster because I used to have a toaster oven, but when I moved with my ex-wife, she's like, "Oh, I don't want it." And I was like, "But we don't have a toaster." And she was like, "Yeah, but I don't want it." And I was like, "Yeah, but we don't have a toaster." And then she was like, "Yeah, but I don't want it." And then we're not together anymore. Not because of that, but like I think that was maybe a precursor. Blender slash food processor, and it also has a single cup option. I'm not going to recommend this blender because it broke, and I called the people and I was like, hey, my blender, like I just couldn't get the cup off because it has stupid locking mechanisms, like auto lock stuff, and they were like, oh yeah, you just like got to buy a new base. And I was like, yeah, but I didn't do anything wrong. I just can't get the cup off. And they were like, yeah, but like we're a piece of shit like capitalistic company, so like fuck you. And I was like, I mean, I knew that was coming, so I was able to just. You saw the workout gear if you watched the bedroom review. Just and you saw the dump. I just fucking ripped it off with raw power, and I was like, "Take that, system." Got these plates, these square plates. I used to nanny for a family that was really rich. They were so rich, they not only had square plates, but they had so many square plates that these were just on the side of their house in a bag. Got our chef mic, as my friend likes to call it. Now the key to using a microwave, right here, right there. You don't believe me, but I speak the truth. This is where the cutting boards are kept. That's where the real important stuff is kept. If you ever go to the old Bed, Bath, and Beyond. Does anyone ever clean their oven drippings? Because I feel like once it starts... Junk drawers? No, this is the... whatever, drawer for stuff. Junk drawers. There's lots of... Oh... Not gonna talk about what this was for. It's too funny. We got anything in here that's interesting? Nope. Not really. just towels. Thought this review was going to be more fun. Alright, get into the freezer. A lot of Grocery Outlet in here. A lot of Trader Joe's. Some Sprouts. Got anything else in here? Not a lot of material in here. Oh! That's moonshine fruit punch flavor that was $3 at Grocery Outlet, and it is 30% alcohol. This was $3 or $4. Just net alcohol. Just at Grocery Outlet, it's just at those prices. It's hard to say no. Almost skipped over the spice rack, because you got to show people that you got a little bit of class. Let me tell you, dude, emptying all the Trader Joe's spice things into all these other glass containers, did it feel stupid? Yeah, because it was, totally. But I knew at the end of the day, I was going to have a bunch of spices that I could not identify by label anymore, but it would look cooler. Made that move. Got some olive oils, got a lemon olive oil. It's quite good. I think protein powder's kind of stupid. This video series makes it look like me and my roommate are obsessed with weed. I wouldn't say obsessed. I would say fans, but not obsessed. Oh, is that your? This is how my roommate stores his coffee. It makes sense, but it's just funny because he went to his parents' house and came back with a big Ziploc bag full of coffee. It's just a very oh, you're in your 20s, and guess what? The economy is, not great. You're getting coffee from your, I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, I think I've been trying to live out my childhood a little bit lately. Getting some watermelon Hubba Bubba gum. It's not bad. Okay, so this I bought because I think protein powder is kind of stupid. But just because the American diet, you just eat so much protein without knowing it, where the supplement doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I've done some weird diets, so I kind of have it. But also, it's just like anything. It does have some sugar in it, which I'm a fan of because I can put it in some smoothies and it doesn't taste weird. Because sugar alcohol, I try to get into it, but it's just so weird. Ingredients, not that many ingredients. I know what they all are, so that's good. I'm also a big fan of the vanilla protein powder over the chocolate. But look at this. You want to win me over? Sure. Some omega-3s, do I really know what those do? No. Essential amino acids, do I know anything about that? No. Fiber? Alright, that is actually, I have a gripe about that. I think fiber is one of the more underrated things in, everyone always wants to talk about protein. I just want to talk about fiber. Let's go to the, here's another thing. Had some sick, things that sort of silverware. But as you're going to see, not a lot of... They were like, you know what these drawers should be? 5 inches wide. But we went down and we got the individual guys for this. And then they were too big, so they were sliding around. So I decided to get 3 chopstick things and put them straight up against the back. And now they don't slide around as much. So that's pretty smart. Gas, it's probably worse for the environment net in the long term, having gas over electric, like if you have solar panels, but it just works so much better. It gets hot so much faster. You got control. This is not because I'm into fiber. This cereal is on sale. That's all. I'm not a jerk about fiber. All right, you're gonna have some lady over. Maybe ladies. You gotta go with a fancy noodle. I've learned when you make food. What you do is you put things in the oven. Doesn't matter what you're putting in there. But you got what do we got? We got potatoes and we got yams underneath all these bags. Sure, dice those up, put them in the oven. You're gonna make a noodle dish as the main course. Get a unique noodle. Get some Brussels sprouts. Throw that in the oven. Pull it back out because it's not a lot of work, but it seems like you are a little bit classier. See, got the chocolate one. It was terrible. Now I got to give it to my cousin. because I don't want to eat it. Macro bars, they're kind of expensive as bars go, but they seem considerably better than the other ones. Still super crazy processed. Yeah, protein bars, when I'm eating them, I'm like, this is the most processed thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen network television. But these are good, and they're also not as hard as some of the other bars. They don't have like weird aftertaste. But they do kind of have like a Flower Child aftertaste a little bit, where you're just like, what the fuck? Like, we're flavoring this with like dates and like sunshine. Tried to do a diet thing for a little while, didn't really go well, but these aren't bad. Lightly salted, this is like one of the most accurate, because like only one side has salt, and when you eat it, you're like, oh, that's kind of pleasant, not overpowering. But if you eat the wrong side, you're like, this just kind of tastes like styrofoam. My roommate really likes like thick, heavy canned things, like soups and chilies. Very Midwest diet. If you get married and you get stuck with a crock pot, and you specifically wanted to say, don't get us a crock pot on the invitation, but your ex-wife didn't let you put that on the invitation, even though she picked every other word on the invitation, and then you still get a fucking crock pot and you don't want to be wasteful, it's pretty good for making beans. You can make beans on it all the time, and you don't have to pay attention to it. It's kind of like having a rice maker, but it's just for beans. I've made a couple other things in it, but it is, if you get a crock pot, you're going to go online, you're going to say, oh, there's so many great recipes that save so much time, and are like, not somewhat healthy, and guess what? You're going to buy the crock pot, you're going to use it 3 times, and then it's going to sit here forever. It's just going to do that, okay?